Welcome to the world. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Lead Live. You got to hear my horrible singing this morning, or humming, or whatever I'm doing. We're at the Peterson Health Digital Studio at Pine Plow Brewing Company on Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. We are brought to you by K-Pub, safe, reliable, and yours. Gibson's Discount Center. Doug is here. Yay! Doug is on the scene. Ken Stopel Ford. The Real Estate Report brought to you by Janelle Peralt and JP Properties. And SLS Partnership. Those guys are outstanding. The Herring Printing Company celebrating 60 years of service in the Texas Hill Country. And of course, the great and powerful Jody Tillman, who is with us today. Don't talk yet, Jody. You're not allowed to talk yet.
On enough.
You're not on enough, yes. Man, we got a great show today for you guys. The Herring Printing Company celebrating 60 years of service, serving us since 1964.
Helps me know.
Stop in and say hello to the Joes. Oh, I got to turn your thing on. Hold on.
Yeah.
What? You guys don't hold on. Hold on.
No.
I don't want to touch any buttons because I might.
They should be all on.
The whole system.
I thought I turned them on this morning. Okay.
What's happening? He doesn't believe me.
So does the red light mean it's on or off?
It means something. Stand by. It has to circle through everybody.
Okay.
Uh,
I just like to know when the camera's on me because
It's on
sometimes
you.
it's randomly
Sometimes
on me
it's
at a
on
weird
you.
time.
What else is going on? Well, we got things to talk about this morning. Let me see if
I
it's.
need privacy.
Do you have? Does it say Herring Pring now?
It does now.
Okay. There
Ours
you go.
are nothing.
Don't be cranky.
Yeah, we're Daisy
Don't be
Chain,
cranky.
It'll show up.
Stand by. There it is.
Something.
Something's happening. It's every morning there's some kind of technical hurdle. And in fact, when we do the transcription, the AI now says the incompetent host.
Hey, enough of that.
The two-bit radio host. By the way, the show I've mentioned brought to you by the Herring Printing Company.
60 years.
60 years of service. Go ahead and also visit our friends over at Ken Stopel Ford, Quick Lane. For all your service needs, make an appointment today at 830-257-5557. And there you go. We got some great sponsors on the show today. I got a lot of live reads to get to this morning. Speaking of which, let me see here. Let's get out of there. Ken Stopel Ford, though. I drove by there today, man. They have a lot of cars and a lot of cool trucks. So I say get on there and have some trucks. But first off, she's already ready for us. There's Kyla Gazelle. Hold on a second, Kyla. Let me turn your audio on so people can hear you talk. Kyla, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are y'all?
We're doing great. What's new with you?
Not much. We something. But I know I talked last week about that promo that we're doing, but
Yes.
I never explained how to open it or what we require or anything. I just asked as this thing.
Do that.
So the Shooting Star Savings account for your little one, anybody under 18, and they could be a week old. As long as you've got a social security number and a birth certificate for that little one, you can open up an account for them with a $25 deposit. And then the next day we credit that savings account $100. And then on top of that, you're earning 1% on that savings account. And no gimmicks, no fees, no monthly surcharges. And we're running this special all of this month, all of next month. And so you can apply online. You can just come into the brand. You don't even have to make an appointment. Either myself, Megan, or Shay, we're happy to help you with that.
Very nice.
You can't start too early with those little ones.
So
Especially in this
I can adopt, if I can adopt Jeff Harris, because I'm a little bit older than Jeff, and adopt him. I have his birth certificate, and I can open an account with him.
No, he's too old. She
Too
said
old.
he has to be under
He
18.
was just a little past that 18 year.
He's like 19 and a half.
Ah, damn it.
Just a little bit too old for that. I won't
That's
go into
ridiculous.
detail how old, but
I like having kids, and Jeff's like another kid. So, dang it.
your toes.
I know. Keeps you on your toes. Are you guys still collecting material for your kind of service project you guys have going on there? Is it
Yes,
Shay's
for
the one
the
doing?
room at
Yeah.
yes, sir, we sure are.
Yeah. All
And
right.
I'm seeing in the future for that. Shay's still proudly running that right now.
When are you going to storm back on the show? We haven't really seen you in person for a long time since this incident. Let me show you this so you can see the live output. We haven't seen you since this photo. I mean, you wear that costume well.
Thank you. It's fun.
Yeah,
My minion. We
that was-
had several other minions by that day too.
you did. You did have a lot of minions that day. All right, let's get you on your way. We're gonna jump over now, and we're gonna go out to Mountain Home, where the great and powerful Wendy Jones is there. Kyla, we'll see you on Thursday.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Wendy, give me a second here to turn your audio on. It actually works today, shockingly. Your house is beautifully lit this morning. I feel like you're embracing nature. I feel like there's probably a cow somewhere laying down in the front yard or in the house itself. Is that true?
No, but when the calf comes, I will probably have it in the house.
Oh, that's true. That's right. You'll be adopting that calf. So.
Yeah.
All right. What's going on? What's your tip of the day today? And I saw your video on Instagram, though. It was quite lovely. Well done, by the way.
Thank you. I've been working really hard on social media.
Yes, you have been. I've noticed that quite a bit. All right. So what is your tip of the day today for us?
Okay, this is a repeat, and this is the very first tip I ever gave on your show. So, I don't know, was that like 10 years ago or something?
I think so, yeah.
The very first tip I ever gave was to solarize your water, and
Oh.
I've been thinking I need to share that again because the sun's shining.
Yes.
So here's what you do. We all know how powerful the sun is, to plants, obviously, and then to humans, especially when we're out barefooted in the sunshine, grounding. But also you can put your filtered water in a glass jar. You have to do this in a glass jar, no plastic. So filtered water, glass jar, mason jars with a lid are perfect. Put it out in the sun for anywhere from 1 to 6 hours, and the sun will solar charge your water, which purifies it even more. If it's already filtered, it's still going to purify it from any type of harmful microorganisms that might be in there. But it also gives you an energy charge when you drink that water, exactly like the effects that sun has on plants and humans. It'll have that same effect on your water and give it a charge. In my opinion, it tastes a lot better. And when it tastes better, that promotes even more hydration because you want to drink it. And it also supports the detox process for people that are trying to detox harmful things out of their body. So it's simple.
I wonder if that'll help me with my ice issue. I just got an ice machine, and it's quite lovely because I go through a lot of ice. And the water quality has been a little iffy at times. Maybe if I solarize it and with the filtered water and then run it back through the ice machine, that'll make it even more delightful.
I think we should have made our coffee after the time change with solar water.
That's true.
Maybe so.
That would have been more
Yeah.
powerful.
That sounds
yes.
like
That's a
complicated
good
ice.
idea.
I needed an extra
That's a
layer
good
of
idea.
something.
Yeah.
The generations before us made sun tea, right?
Yeah.
So I think they knew about this. They knew how effective it is to have your water sit out in the sun. Because we all know sun tea is way better than regular tea.
Yeah. That's true. I always knew my I remember I was a kid, my babysitter, I had a babysitter. She would make sun tea. We'd go over to her house. That was daycare, but they called it babysitting back in those days. And
Probably like 3 weeks ago.
yeah, it was 3 weeks ago. I still need one.
I remember.
She'd park a big old jug out there and her sun tea.
I still do that.
Do you?
We do
Yeah.
that
I feel like
too.
a
Yeah, we
weirdo.
make
I don't
it.
know.
Yeah,
I
we
still
make it
do it.
too.
You are a weirdo. Come on, man. Don't be putting the sun tea out there.
Yeah, I like it.
Classic tea.
It's good for you though.
Big glass gallon.
Good. Yeah.
Why boil water? We live in Texas.
We live in Texas. You can just heat it up.
Takes no time.
All right. Solarize the water. That is the tip of the day. I love that tip.
Just another quick, simple, easy thing you can do for your health.
All right. Good job.
Nice.
I'm glad you were here. I always like seeing you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you later.
All right.
All right, Wendy Jones joins us here Tuesdays and Thursdays on The Lead. A couple news and notes before we get to Doug. Kirk County Judge Rob Kelly has declared a disaster and issued a burn ban effective Monday. That was yesterday. And the ban effective noon yesterday prohibits all outdoor burning for 7 days. Violators face a fine up to $1,000, 180 days in jail. Jody Tillman reporting this morning live from Centerpoint that they apparently caught some dummy burning trash.
Really?
I wasn't live. I was on Facebook.
Well, I'm just.
I was live.
She's reporting it live
You're
right
my
now.
correspondent.
You heard it here first.
Yesterday.
Or you saw it on
Facebook.
I have video of it, but I don't want to show it. But
Burning your trash.
burning
Come
your trash.
on.
Yes.
It can wait.
Yesterday, a house fire on the Quail Valley Drive left 3 people homeless. 2 of them were taken to Peterson Regional Medical Center with injuries. A dog may have died in the fire, too. We're not sure yet still what happened there. Residents escaped with minor burns and were treated at Peterson Regional Medical Center. The fire required Kerrville Fire Department to run a 1/4 mile long water supply hose from the hydrant all the way down to the fire. I have not seen much like that before. It was interesting to see. The fire destroyed the mobile home, and I think the Red Cross is helping those folks out. Yesterday, during the Economic Improvement Corporation, Habitat for Humanity had enthusiastic backing from the EIC over their 44-home development. It is ahead of schedule, with infrastructure expected to be completed by April 2025. So that the next month, they are going to get their payments faster from the EIC, because they gave them about $2 million or so to help them with the infrastructure costs to get that project up and running, and it's ahead of schedule, thanks to the hard working of groups of J.K. Bernard Construction and J3 Construction. 2 people have been arrested in Houston and charged with performing illegal abortions. The first criminal charges under Texas near total abortion ban. Maria Margarita Rojas, a midwife, Rojas, and Jose Ley, her employee, face charges of illegal abortion and practicing without a license. The abortion charge is a 2nd-degree felony carrying up to 20 years in prison. And Donald Trump, the President of the United States, says he's going to release the 1963 assassination files on President John F. Kennedy without redactions. Trump told his administration they will release 80,000 files. And I'm going to say right now, my prediction is that Lee Harvey Oswald did the deed. It's going to be.
Okay. Did y'all write that down?
Heard it here first.
Heard it here first. He did the deed. Let me see. We have no public meetings today. Thank God. We have. What else do we have today? That's it. Julie Davis, what else do we have today? What else is going
Events?
on? Events and
All
stuff.
right, let's see. I have no idea. Got some music while I pull up the app.
We have stuff. We have big events this week.
There are big events this week, definitely.
We have polo this weekend. We have polo. And then we also have
Shriner.
American.
Well, it's out at the Camp Stewart,
Camp Stewart.
right?
We also have the American Revolutionary War thing, too, at Shriner.
Yes. Of the Earth exhibit is going on over at the Hill Country Arts Foundation. Kurtz and Cultural Center has 3 different exhibits, including the Wood Carvers Guild, which is always great. And then the American Revolution Experience Traveling exhibit is at Shriner University, and the Logan Library opens today. And that is brought to us by our local DAR chapter. They worked to get that here, so that's great. Go check it out.
Are you a daughter of the American Revolution?
I am not.
Are you? Are you? Doug?
He is.
I was going to say yes. But
How could you not tell?
no,
Okay.
we saw like a little glimpse of that thing, and it looks pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
So Library Friends of the Book Sale tomorrow. The Ned Talk Women in Nature is at the Riverside Nature Center tomorrow as well. Summit in the Hills Rally over at the Kerr County Hill Country Youth Event Center. That runs Thursday through Sunday.
That's that motorcycle show, right?
It is, and they've got like stunt drivers.
Sorry. That's the wrong one.
Hopefully, it doesn't have that kind of a.
Getting button happy
This is the
over
first
there.
time the guys came here. Those guys came here. You're gonna hurt their feelings.
Yesterday, I played little clips from a movie. So
A movie.
yeah, too
Okay.
upset.
Very specific.
To make people upset.
Oh, okay.
All right, continue on.
Anyway, they're going to have like stunt drivers and all kinds of fun stuff to check out. So go check it out. Shriner Mansion tours every Thursday. Let's see. Sprouts reading program is on Thursday, 10:30 at the Nature Center. Third Thirsty Thursday trivia night's back at Arcadia Live on Thursday. So reserve your table. There's a paint and sip at Riverside Nature Center on Thursdays. Thursday's going to be busy, y'all. Live music. As we talked about, that motorcycle rally opens Thursday, runs through the entire weekend. Magic in Motown is on the 21st. It's a fundraiser. Let's see. Pint and Plow has live music. Lots of live music. Night, a one-of-a-kind music night at Doyle on the 21st. Inside Out is playing at the Trailhead Beer Garden.
Now, what I don't understand, though, in that, and our we talked about this yesterday, that One of a Kind is playing at Doyle and goes to the Pleasure Garden playing here on the same night, which I think is both Clifton Pfeiffer. Jody, did not surprise you that he's
Maybe it's
probably
different
double booked.
times.
Maybe.
He is
Always
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Lost in Yonkers opens this weekend at Playhouse 2000 at the VK Garage. If you want to get that, check that out. Don't forget about the Hillside Harvest Market, Saturday, Heart of the Hills Farmers Market. Both of those are Saturday. Looks like Cafe at the Ridge is having a spring market on the 22nd with live music and vendors. The Shriner Equestrian Team fundraiser at Camp Stewart is happening. Live music at Turtle Creek Olive and Vines. There's a Bach organ concert at the Presbyterian Church at 3 o'clock on the 22nd.
That should be delightful, by the way.
Of course. Live music at the Inn of the Hills. And then on Sunday, the Arcadia Live Theater has their wedding expo from 12:30 to 5. But you don't have to be planning a wedding.
Now, those
Like
people
any
will be,
any person planning a party will get something out of that expo.
expo. Will be here on Friday to discuss that.
Oh, cool.
And Jody Tillman, you've planned many weddings, haven't you?
I've planned a few, yes.
I can't think of something even more. Well, never mind. I won't even say.
Okay.
I won't even say.
I won't be here Friday.
Yeah. Why?
Just telling
Where are
you
you
now
gonna be?
ahead of time.
What's going to happen?
I have a show in Dallas. I'll be driving to Dallas.
Oh my God!
I know.
Wow. You have to. We don't want people from Dallas to come here.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
They spend more money.
By
I
the
want
way,
Houston
are
and Dallas
wrong,
people.
Louis.
You are wrong.
All right. I want you to show you guys this. Here's that hose length. This is me walking the hose line from. That was I'm actually like now a couple hundred feet away from the fire, and I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking.
It's good for you.
It is good for me. I got some exercise yesterday. That thing was exhausting. You know, and here's the thing about fires, right? That bother me tremendously, is that, you know, the firefighters have to put on all this protective gear, and it is an ass kicker.
Yeah. And then they got to haul this
they gotta
giant hose.
haul-
Yeah, I was going to say they have to run
Right.
with that hose.
They got to get this hose all the way down. I
And
don't
all
know
the
how
other
long,
equipment.
Okay, so look how long.
My goodness.
Look at how long this thing goes.
I need that guy at home.
Yeah, and so I just decided to zoom in because I was too lazy. But it's all the way down there.
He's done walking.
I'm
Janelle.
done walking. So
That's crazy.
There you
Thank
go.
goodness they have the equipment.
Yeah, I know. All right.
tragic.
Doug is here.
Yes,
Doug, you're ready.
I'm
Doug,
ready.
you've been driving your Cobra around.
I have, yeah. I'm just shaking it down, seeing what'll break.
What? I thought you
It's
were
kind of
gonna,
windy.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
You
when
don't-
you're doing
it is
80,
anyway?
it's windy anyway.
Yeah,
It doesn't
that's
matter.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
What? I thought you were not going to drive it all the time. I saw you driving it to the bank the other day.
Well, yeah. So
It's
I
a
drive.
perfect bank car.
Well, I'm trying to get as much enjoyment out of it when the weather's like this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I am not driving it in July and August when it's 100
Yeah.
degrees.
And it's not good for all your hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bake.
So I'll just put it in the garage and start working on it
Okay.
again. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a long-term project.
It's a long-term project. Don't you have another project to do? Or don't you have another thing? Yeah,
I have many things. I have many things,
Let's
Louis.
get Doug's
He's like,
list.
can you be more specific?
Doug has to finish his house.
Yeah.
He has to get rid of his weird bird. He's gonna fix his
No.
car.
He's trying to find him a good home.
He is trying to find a
Yes.
good home. If anyone knows that wants to take on a bird, not Brenda Hughes.
No, Brenda Hughes has got enough.
No vacancy.
Yeah.
All right, what in the hell is this thing that's hanging from the from?
Okay,
oh,
well,
it's not hanging.
so
it's
no,
just-
it's standing there. We'll
erect.
get to that in just a second. Let me show you. It's springtime, you guys. Well,
Yes.
there's a
Yes,
couple things I
spring
got to
is
say first. Thursday is a busy day, right? You got all that stuff you listed.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday starts our spring cleaning sale.
Oh, nice.
So I'm
Is Thursday the first day of spring, I think? Wednesday or
yes,
Thursday?
Is it really?
Thursday is the first day of spring. So we're doing our
Good
spring.
timing.
I'm a spring cleaning guy. I like
Yeah.
it. Especially with all this dust been kicking around. Phew, man, my house
Yeah.
is terrible. Anyway, so we're doing some spring cleaning. We're clearing out a bunch of stuff in the store.
Okay.
Scrubs. If anybody works in the medical field,
Scrubs.
man, there's every kind of color you can think of. Every doctor
Okay.
has their own requirements and so on. So anyway, all of our scrubs are on sale because we're not going to carry them in the store anymore
Okay.
because it's way too complicated to try
Yeah.
to keep up. Because
Yeah, there's actually different styles
yes,
and patterns.
yes, and then Dr. Jones changes from
Yeah.
maroon to baby blue, and then the whole thing goes crazy. Anyway, so we're selling scrubs cheap. So come get scrubs. And if you're not in the medical field,
Scrubs.
they make great pajamas or loungewear, if you will. So that and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then also, I've ordered them already. And as soon as they come in, we'll put them out. And you'll be able to, there's all this talk on the tariffs. I think you guys were talking about it yesterday on the show. We are leaning into the Made in America thing. So pretty soon you'll be able to come into the store and walk throughout the store and you'll see these they're called shelf wobblers, which I think is a great name. That's a little thing that hangs down and it wobbles. And it's going to have a Made in America sign. So that's all the stuff that we're going to carry that's like made in the USA. So if you're wanting to participate in that particular aspect of our society, then we're
right.
giving you the
You're gonna make it
opportunity.
obvious for
Easy
us.
find. Yes, easy
Yeah.
finds. And also spring, it's fishing time. We've been selling fishing stuff like you cannot believe. So I brought a few. We have a whole aisle and it's full. So if you're a fishing person, go check it out. But I brought a few things to show you, to share with you. This way too bright. I'm going to pass it down to Julie. This is a fishing kit for catfish. And it's got
Catfish fishing.
everything you need to catch catfish. It's a little catfish bait. And it says on there, not for human consumption.
Dang it.
So don't eat those
Don't
things.
eat it. Don't eat
They
it.
smell
Sorry, as I make a
horrendous.
face. Sorry.
Yeah, they smell
Oh
terrible.
my gosh.
But it's got the special little hooks in
Yeah.
there that hold on that bait really well, and it's got some anchors and
Back.
some swivels
That's probably
and
the
stuff.
warning that says not to eat it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So it's a cool little kit. That thing's like $8 or something. It's not expensive at all.
It's the hooks, the weights, the swivels, and the bait.
And the bait.
The bait.
Yep.
Everything you need to catch a catfish.
Tons of stuff. Yep. And of course, we have tons of poles and tons of all the lures and all that stuff. But this is something that not everybody kind of checks out on their fishing pole, but I think you should. This is, they call it a speed sock, but basically it's a protector. See, I've got too much glare.
What is that?
It's,
Yeah.
it's too much glare. I got to send it down
much
so you can
sun.
see it. So when you transport your fishing pole back and forth to the lake or whatever, they get beat up sometimes.
Yeah.
And, so some people have very expensive fishing poles. So this protects it. And this is what it looks like. This is the funny, weird thing that's hanging here.
Oh.
If I can
Oh, so
slide
you
that.
shove it in there.
Right.
So
Oh, okay.
you put your fishing
Oh, I
pole, and
see,
it's
I
like a little
see.
sleeve.
Yeah,
And
nice.
I'm sorry I can't put this
Wait.
one on all the way because it has the tag. It won't fit over the tag.
Yeah.
But this is essentially what it is.
I was like, what in the heck is
Yeah.
that?
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's just like a little sock that slides over and it protects your pole from getting all beat up and stuff.
Okay. All right.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
And we
very
got them in
cool.
all kinds of different colors.
I know someone who needs that.
Yeah, and then when you
Do
get
you? Who needs that? John?
No.
No.
I thought you just threw them in the back of your truck and prayed for the best.
that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, right.
But for a
what we
few
do.
bucks, you can protect
Yeah.
your,
Can protect that.
your
Well, then it
pole.
won't
Yeah.
get tangled. And
Yeah.
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 And the last thing I'll show you is this little starter pole. This thing is cute.
Yeah.
It's super easy to use. The old, it's not set up right. But it's $20.
Nice.
$20, man.
I'm amazed at how many kids, when I walk down to
Yeah.
the park, how many kids are out there fishing just by
We still have
themselves.
the push button ones. That's
we
what
still
I
have
had.
those. Yeah.
I've got like 3 of those at my. I am an angler with that Zebco 33, man.
Yeah, man.
I
Are
can,
you really?
I can cast
Yeah.
across a
Really?
lake with that.
You
sucker.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
so,
we know to get you a sock.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
So
Sock
so
for it.
that's the deal. Yeah. And then so you can get a fishing pole as cheap as $20, like these little guys, little
Nice.
starters, or you can spend $200.
So
if you want,
here's
but-
what you can do. You can go to Gibson's Discount Center. You can actually get a hat. You can get
Yes.
Just fishing on.
PFG gear. No.
Yep.
You get better stuff. You get the Game Guard.
we have Game Guard. We have Hook.
Hook, yeah.
Hook.
Hook. And then you-
H-U-K.
You can get
However
your
the hell you pronounce that.
Zebco line. You can get
Yeah.
some bait. And you can get you can get some snacks
You can.
and some cold drinks.
And some cold drinks. Yeah.
And then you can just walk on down to the Riverside Nature Center trailhead and just go fishing.
Hit the river, man.
Man, what
We sell paddle boards now, too.
yeah,
Nice.
If you haven't been in lately, go back to the sporting goods. We got some very nice paddle boards.
that's
and
exciting.
You can set those up for fishing.
I love it.
I have someone asking how long the scrubs will be on sale.
Thursday through Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday. Okay.
Thursday through Sunday.
Yep.
Get it
that's-
done.
Get your Friday payday in there.
Yes, that's going to be the spring sale. So come on out. Some of this stuff is going to be outside, out front, like we normally do those big sales. But there's not enough room, so a lot of it will be inside. So you have to look for the little
I
sales
want to
sign.
say, Doug, that this thing, by the way, has been a true hit in this facility. This
That's good.
The
this,
Gumby space.
this stupid Gumby thing is just. I mean, people just love it, especially
Next
Julie
week?
Davis.
Next
Yeah,
week,
it helps me get through these shows.
next week I'll bring you the cheese.
Okay, all right.
The what?
The cheese.
Okay.
You will like the cheese
Okay.
even
All
better
right.
than that, I promise.
Because I flatten them out
The only-
and then I
yeah,
puff them back
well,
up. I have a whole system.
I'll
to
tell
get
you the
through a
only
show.
reason you don't have the cheese this week is because I'm still playing with it.
Okay.
I'm being totally greedy right now,
Right.
but
All right. All right.
I promise
You're
you.
just testing it out.
Yeah, you will like the cheese.
All right, love it.
So
I love it.
Okay.
Okay,
move on. I got to roll this thing up.
I
Might
do
take
love
me 5
cheese.
you
minutes.
can get out of here now, Doug.
Oh, here. Can
Thanks,
we pass
man.
these
Yeah,
out?
I got an interview. I got to go do.
You got to go do stuff.
Yes.
You got to do things. Doug's got things to do.
Stuff.
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 So I take a picture of you with the fishing pole hanging out of the Cobra as you get back.
Yeah.
It's actually it only barely sticks out. I thought about that when I decided to bring
It's a
this.
good optical.
Yeah.
It would be with the sock on it.
Yes.
I got some things I got to read. Hold
All
on a
right,
second.
read your
I got to
things.
read my stuff. Wait a minute. Where did it go? Where did my stuff go? It's ridiculous. Here's the stuff I got to read. Believe it or not. Do you need auto parts? Julie Davis, you need auto parts?
Not right now.
But if you did,
But if I did, I would go to.
Napa Auto Parts over
That's
at
right.
601 Jefferson Street. They've got batteries, brakes, filters, and more. They also got Hot Wheels cars. Order online today or stop by Napa Auto Parts. They also have a store in Ingram on Junction Highway. Call them today at 830-257-6272. Discover the historic Arcadia Live Theater in the heart of downtown Kerrville. They got a wedding thing going on this
Yeah.
weekend. They are a vibrant community center. Arcadia Live hosts live music, diverse entertainment, and special events. Show your support for Kerrville's cultural soul. Stay updated and get involved by visiting their Facebook page or subscribing to their email list. And finally, are you tired of those squirrels? Tired of those raccoons? Are you tired of raccoons?
I am tired of them getting into my bird feeder. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
here's how you do it. Here's how you defeat them.
I've heard about this.
Here's
Tell me
how you
more.
defeat them. You put hot pepper bird food
That's right.
in the wild birds from Wild Birds Unlimited. Birds love those seeds, but the critters can't handle the heat. So take care of it. Go over to Wild
right.
Birds Unlimited today and make those critters fly away from your bird feeders. Doug, do you have the hot stuff too over your
We do.
facility?
Yes.
Yeah, you got the hot stuff over there. Bird feed. There's
Wear
no shortage
gloves.
of bird feed. Yeah, wear gloves before you put that on
We're
there.
stocked heavily on hummingbird stuff right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And it's time.
They're coming.
They're
Yeah.
coming.
You should already have your feeder out. So
Yeah.
hurry up if you don't have it out.
Yeah. By the way, if you need a mortgage, New Fed Mortgage, Judd Tillman is here. How are you?
Great. How are y'all?
Good.
She's just putting people in homes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like a power a power couple here.
After you go to the wedding thing, Jenny and I are going to go find you a house.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, technically, I can plan your wedding too. So
Yeah.
I mean, one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did help. I helped with weddings this weekend.
Did you?
Nice.
Yeah, I do a little freelance work from time to time.
What happened? How did it work out?
It was great.
what's
The
the
wind
pro-
was obviously could have potentially been an issue, but all of the venues had a contingency plan. So it
What's the
wasn't
prognosis of the survival of the marriage? Is it going to last or is it going to
50-50.
50-50? Okay. All right. Just making sure. Just making sure. All right.
She's a safe one. She's like 50-50.
50-50. 50-50%.
I can't speculate.
Yeah. All right.
I hear a Cobra.
Doug's leaving.
Yeah, look at that.
Doug is leaving.
What a powerful vehicle.
Wow.
I hear him do like a little burnout, maybe. That's pretty exciting.
That would be
Give out
fun.
for us.
You're not here for mortgage though, but you
I am not here for. I'm always here for mortgage. I'll tell you that right now. I'm
You do
always.
work
She's not on the
New Fed-
show
Yes.
necessarily
you
to
do
talk
work at
about
New
it.
Fed Mortgage.
I do. I work at New Fed Mortgage office inside Century 21. That is, but I'm not a Century 21 exclusive lender. That just happens to be where I office. So
Century 21 is no longer the Hills Realty, right? It's something
is.
else. Is it still the Hills
it is.
Realty? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They are owned by a bigger thing, but they are still the Hills.
Yeah. Janelle Peralta's real estate report yesterday, or today in today's newsletter was delightful.
Yes.
There was some good news in there, right? What was the good news as far as you're concerned in that report?
Well, I mean, I think that sales are ahead of last year.
That is
Despite
great news.
all the chaos that we are
Yeah.
living through with
Living through.
fires and tariffs and all that, business is actually, we're having good traffic and we are grateful for it and we're ready for more.
Yes.
And that the price point was, heavy in that 300 is encouraging to me that there's probably some new home
Yeah.
buyers in that mix. So that's great. Rates have been down about a quarter. recently from where they'd been, and we're very interest rate sensitive
Yeah.
around here.
Right.
And people are making deals. We're getting stuff closed out. My kids are closing down with their house. We got a couple more going. We got some coming online. So we are ready for.
And
the
you now
spring
have
season.
Oryx.
Yeah.
Oryx.
Oryx. We have the Scimitar Oryx. We have the Wildebeest.
Yes.
We got some like fine hill country creatures running around. If you're looking for land.
I saw a video, by the way, that they have a lion killing a wildebeest, and it was horrifying.
I know
Yeah.
it was.
It's not,
Just-
it's not
Just
pretty.
Not pretty. Not pretty at all. Delightful. The lion was beautiful. But it had but like then they panned down. It's like, oh, well, he's got something in his mouth.
Yeah.
A whole wildebeest.
Yeah. It's
Circle
like they're
of life,
predators or
man.
something.
Circle of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen in the next? Do you get a sense from buyers? There's consumer confidence is a little iffy right now from people, but
Yeah,
maybe not in the housing market.
We don't know till after it's in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
But in the moment, we definitely have people looking. We
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
properties
Yeah.
contracted. We have closings going on. We got people coming online with their properties. The Hill Country, according to Julie will tell you, wildflower season is a big deal. So hopefully we've had enough rain that actually happens.
Yeah.
But we are about to enter that season. And so lots of people come and go, wow, what a great place. I think I want to live here.
Yeah.
And-
It happens all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And so-
I was in here yesterday, and a couple came in, and they were like, "What is going on in here in the room?" And they're like, I told them what was happening, and they kind of heard the lead a little bit, but they were like, they had been here for 3 years, and they were from Houston, and they were like, we could not wait to get out of here. Could not wait to get out of here. Hey, ma'am. They're closed today, but if you'd like to have a free cup of coffee, go right ahead. It's right there on the thing. Just grab a cup, take it. So we're a full service facility here.
We are.
Service.
Yeah,
Love it.
They couldn't wait to get out of Houston.
they couldn't wait to get out of Houston.
Yeah.
and they were like,
I mean, I'm that way when I have to go work there. So
yeah, they were like, I can't wait to get out of Houston, and we just think it's so delightful here. Everyone's friendly, and that's I think shapes a lot of people's
For
beliefs
sure.
here.
I did
as
a
well.
closing for a couple it was at the end of last year, and they came for the eclipse and decided
Yeah.
this is the place they wanted to
This is the place.
Very cool.
Yeah.
move. And they had been they lived in Portland, Oregon for like 30 something years, and now they're Crevillians.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Because of the eclipse.
because of the eclipse. Because you know what? I mean, if you're going to come here from Portland, first off, the weather's better. There's not. Well, you grew up in that area. You've seen the challenges Portland faces: homeless and weirdness,
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of
There's no voodoo
layers.
donuts here, but we do have snowflake donuts. But so we got some good options here.
We do.
We don't have what's the big bookstore? Pals. We don't have a Pals, but we can make it work. So
Yeah.
that's great.
Sandy
Do-
Wolfmuller gives consultations.
She'll consult you on what to buy, right?
The phone hits the ground.
When you're doing your closings, are you seeing a lot of, what are you seeing? Texans, or do you see out of state people, or
Both.
Both.
Yeah, both. And some people are moving from other parts of Texas. So yeah, and I've kind of this past things really have picked up for me over the past couple months, and it's been a kind of a mixed bag, but yeah.
Yeah, I know you were telling me yesterday. We were talking about this before. Like you were like, it was a little bit tenuous at first because you changed.
Yeah, I've had some job changes over the past few years, through no fault of my own, and
We've all had those.
yeah, it happens. Anyway, so it took me kind of a minute to get settled here with New Fed, but it's a really good company,
Yeah.
and they offer a lot of good stuff, and so I feel like I'm just finally getting my legs, and
Getting it
people
done.
are hearing
finally.
how awesome it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. And this is a great market.
Yeah.
You didn't come here to talk about
I did
New
not.
Fed Mortgage though, but I made you
But
talk about.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anytime I can plug what makes me a living,
Right.
I
Hey,
will
but
take
you
it.
told me though that you have a Janelle Peralt story.
Well, I was telling him, I was like, Janelle was my realtor when I bought my house, and we were in a networking group together that was met at Buzzy's Barbecue.
Yeah.
And this was like 14, 15 years ago. And that networking group ended up and imploded on itself. It had some issues, but the contacts that I made whenever we were in that group, like I still am friends with probably 80% of those people.
that's great.
Yeah. It's really, it was a good thing whenever it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And you guys are still like network today. Look at that.
Yeah.
Was Julie
She
Davis
told
in that?
me she was my realtor whenever I
Was
bought.
Julie Davis in that group? You didn't allow.
Yes.
You didn't.
Yeah, I was the title person then. No, Julie Davis was
Probably
not.
while it imploded.
Because you weren't in
Could
there.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't in there.
You didn't get here fast.
Brenda
Yeah.
Hughes was in that group.
Yeah. Brenda probably fought people.
100% on the tables.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right. All right.
She's scrappy.
They have an event on Saturday.
Yes, Glory Community Garden. That's the hat I'm wearing, and I even brought my little coffee.
Saturday
I
is gonna
really
be
need
crazy.
all these plants.
Crazy day.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, so, yeah, it is. But the cool thing about the Cowboy Breakfast at Glory Community Garden is it's 2 hours, 9 to 11. Come get some cowboy coffee that Clifton Pfeiffer makes in a sock. He uses that for the filter.
clean sock.
It's a new
He
sock.
claims it's
He
clean.
tells me
Yeah.
every time it's a
Okay.
brand new sock.
Okay.
It's really good, by the way.
It's
is
so
good.
good. So good. The first time I went several years ago, like they didn't have cream and sugar and all the things that I need to make my children's coffee.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going to drink a cup anyway. Best coffee ever. It's so good. So, and
Kind of a medium roast. It's hotter than hell, though, just so you guys know.
yeah, it's definitely hot. And I'll make sure that we've got the appropriate cream and sugar because that's the way I like it. But
You need it just to cool it down because it's like 200
yeah, it
degrees.
is. It's
crazy.
very hot. Last year, I kind of got the last cup. Don't get the last cup of cowboy coffee because it was thick,
Yeah.
my friend.
Yeah.
It was thick.
It was
Anyway,
thick.
but we're going to have sausage wraps. And so if you follow Glory Community Garden over the past couple of years, we have been in a big reconstruction phase. We got a great grant and we were able to do a lot of stuff. We've basically completely revamped the garden. We've replaced all the beds. We sodded so that the grass is going to be nice and green as long as the rain comes back at some point. Anyway, we were able to expand also and get some more beds. And so we've got some available beds. Typically, over the past 10 years, we've had a waiting list. And right now, we've got some open beds. So if you are interested in having a bed at Glory Community Garden, it is $25 a year. That's a pretty good price to be able
Yeah.
to play in the dirt. So for a long time, I didn't have a fence that I could have my own garden. So I had a plot at Glory Community Garden. We've replaced our fence so I can have one at my house. But if like you're that way, if the deer invade your
Yeah.
space and you want to, or you just want to be part of a community garden, come to the Cowboy Breakfast. Find us on Facebook. Send us a message and let us know if you're interested because I think we've got about 5 that we're willing.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a really fun thing. And a lot of people still don't know that Glory Community Garden is around, but it's a cool little place on West Davis Street. It's at the corner of Webster and West Davis.
It's really
Right,
cool.
right before you get to Carver Park.
How many nonprofits are you on? You're on KPA.
She's on all of them.
I'm on all of them. So KPA, Christian Women's Job Corps, Doyle Board, and I'm the chair of the steering committee for Glory Community Garden.
And you're like in some leadership thing.
And I'm the chair of the steering committee for Leadership Kirk County. But that's wrapping right up. We've only got a couple more months of that, and my commitment to that will end.
Are
And
they
she
gonna-
works a job.
And I have
and
a
she
job
has
that
a
I make a
job.
living. There is something. It's not that I'm some great person. It's that I have trouble saying no, and I have a habit of overextending myself.
Yep.
But I do love all the things I do. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you are they going to pull this Easter Fest off? I mean, do you guys ever worry they're going to be able to pull Easter Fest off, or are they going to?
I will take the same thing that I took when I did wedding planning.
Yeah.
That train is a moving.
moving.
It's going to happen.
gonna
Easter
happen.
Fest is going to happen,
Yeah.
ready or not.
Right.
And so I think they're doing a great job. I think they're going to be 100% ready. Because the class this year it's a great class. There are a lot of planner type people in that class. So I think I think it's going to be awesome.
Concurring opinion, Julie Davis. Do you concur with this? Do you
I
agree with this?
concur, and I'm like Jody. When there's an event, I'm always like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
it's gonna come and it's gonna happen. It's all gonna fall together.
Yeah.
It just does.
And
but-
the thing is, what I've realized with a lot of events, and Easter Fest included, that 9 times out of 10, there may be some internal issues, but the general public typically doesn't know. You know what I mean? Unless
Yeah.
they forget to rent porta potties or something like that. But generally, the little hiccups that happen, nobody ever even knows they happen. So,
yeah.
I,
It'll
like,
be
I, just-
great.
I like going just for the Easter egg hunt.
well,
Of course,
it's everybody's
and
favorite.
that's gonna happen. We've heard details.
We
on
do
that.
know, and
So
yeah,
that one's
that's
happening.
I want to make it
There
full
will be
contact.
eggs.
Because you have the little hillside there. I
Yeah.
would get like large balls
Maybe next year's class could do that.
and just roll it down the hill and
should
just
be
knock
next year's
kids over.
class.
No, absolutely not. Not going to happen. But
Then you would be in control of that.
I don't want to be in control of that. I just want to give you ideas that no one's going to listen to.
I don't know if you've ever seen an Easter egg hunt, but there's some full contact that goes
I know
on
there is.
during,
It's
an,
delightful.
during an Easter egg
I love
hunt.
filming it in slow mo. There you go.
Could be adult Easter egg hunting with that.
I know it's crazy.
That would be kind of fun.
I wanted to ask you two of you now. How does the relationship work between the real estate agent and the mortgage person? How does that work?
It's like
Because basically, though, you've said it before. Like, there's some new rules, though. They won't show
there
you
are
a house.
rules, there like and even title, and I mean the professionals behind the scene are it's like being in the frontline trenches, and there's a dust storm and stuff flying around, and we got to get all our parts and pieces in perfect formation.
Yeah.
to
Right.
get through the deal, and it's kind of chaotic that way. And there are lots of the hiccups that you're talking about. There could even be some full contact in
Yeah.
some of
Yeah.
those little
Yeah.
skirmishes.
Yeah.
But that you have to have people that can work together and respond and pull it together, because home purchases and sales, these are giant parts of people's financial
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So there's going to be emotion, and you got to manage that, and then all that's unpredictable will surface in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
And then we're managing all that, and
Well, and it's also a relationship between lenders, agents, title, that if everybody does their part, then the wheels stay rolling. It's whenever there's somebody that kind of puts a hitch in that problems happen and that delays happen. But yeah, if everybody's doing what they're doing and communicating, it's a beautiful relationship.
Because isn't the deal now that you have to have your mortgage approval before you can even look at a house now, or how does that
you
work?
have to have a buyer's rep signed before, and you should always be pre-qualified.
Yeah.
Because coming out of zero inventory,
Right.
if you're out looking and you find the one and you haven't done your homework, someone just passed you on the left
Yeah.
and got the place you wanted.
Right.
Yeah, and
So-
if you're not pre-qualified and you go out and look at houses, and then the ignorance that people have of their own financial picture is staggering. And so many people think that they can, qualify. They see the house they want and think that they can qualify for that, and didn't realize that they've got, car payments that are twice a mortgage payment or something like that. So
Yeah.
pre-qualification is really, that keeps you from wasting the seller's time and wasting the real estate agent's time.
And being disappointed, right?
being
like if you
disappointed,
were
yeah.
like, this is the one,
Yeah,
and
and
you
then
didn't know your budget, that's
And
like
then
a big
that's also when people start making dumb
kicker.
decisions, because they're like, whatever we have to do to make this work. And then, it's not a great thing.
People underestimate, on both spectrums, we're talking first-time home buyers, but there are lots of very well-qualified,
Yes.
mature people who want to come find the house, but they have a house to sell, and then they're in the conundrum of, what do I do?
Yeah.
And, if you explore interim financing, then you actually get to pick, and then they're not sure, and then again, the house gets away. So there are lots of parts, and I'm here to tell you, over 20 years into it, expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Yes.
On every file, there's
Yeah,
something
there's
that
always
nobody's
something.
ever seen before, and you get to navigate ahead and figure that out. So it's nice to have people with experience and good resources, because it's almost comical
Yeah.
how something out of left field that we've never worked with before.
Yeah.
I've had people's divorces rewritten. I've never been divorced, but I've had a divorce decree rewritten. I've had, there's
A
stuff.
divorce decree rewritten because they're trying to
It
sell the
was
house.
too amicable. It didn't make the underwriter comfortable with the lender about who was responsible for what.
Right.
To a degree
Too
with enough
amicable.
certainty.
You need to
that-
be harder in your divorce.
That was I'm
Wow.
This
like,
divorce
Let
went
it-
off way
we
too
need
nice.
this
exactly
split a little
and
more.
they've been divorced for a long time, and I'm like, come again? Yes. So so then I had to go find a family law attorney and then get that
Wow.
all going so that we could make our time. I just odd things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you are like,
Right.
okay, so what
I
are we
know.
doing here exactly? I've never done
Exactly.
this before. Here we go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, get ready.
The advice there is
Thanks.
to
Yeah.
not divorce
Yes.
amicably.
Do not divorce amicably.
No, make it tough on everyone.
The Hill this morning is reporting that the Federal Reserve is unlikely to cut interest rates this week, despite growing concern about the state of the U.S. economy and the impact of the President Trump's trade agenda. Markets are expecting the Fed to maintain its pause on cuts, a move that would deprive them of stimulus following 2 weeks of sizable losses, and that could incur the wrath of Trump. Trump!
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, exactly. Interest rates, futures contracts indicate a 99% probability that the Fed will hold interbank lending rates at an average of 4.25 to 4.5%, as measured by the CME FedWatch prediction algorithm. And this could make Trump very upset because he does not like the Fed, doesn't like Jerome Powell, doesn't like the central bank. So he wants to be able to determine the rate cuts himself. So
But I tell you, it's the bond market that's keeping our rates from going. We had 3 rate cuts and didn't make traction on
Yeah.
mortgage rates.
No, yeah.
Because the bond, the uncertainty. So, you can get your bond market going, and then we might get a little blue light.
Yeah.
Daylight night.
Well, and I will say, I mean, obviously, I don't make money whenever people don't buy houses, or refinance or whatever, but everybody is very, very rate conscious, which you should be, but they are what they are. You know, I mean, I know that so many people keep holding off, but I mean, if you need the house or you want the house or you want the property, real estate is still the best investment, in my opinion. So, you know, if you're looking for a place to invest your money or, you know, or build wealth, real estate is still the number one thing to do.
I mean,
Marry the house, date the
Date that rate.
yeah, right. Date. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You're right. I mean, it actually, you know, one of my great regrets was short selling a house. Should never have done it. It was a painful, awful process. And then it sold way less, obviously, and then, but we were into that. Was that coming out of the great housing crash? But pretty soon after we sold it, the values of the market came back. You know, in 2012, 2013, in that era. So I always regret that tremendously. But another story that's interesting I'm following this morning. I've talked about this before, that I'm really worried about China for a lot of reasons. And one of them is a company called BYD. Do you know BYD?
I do
Julie
not.
Davis?
Sorry, I was about to
Julie
take a
Davis.
sip of coffee.
I saw you drinking coffee. I was like, do you know BYD? Do you know
I do
BYD?
not.
I don't know if I know. That's not the NVIDIA
No.
group.
No. Do you know BYD?
I do not.
BYD is their car maker. And they
Right,
make
right.
cars.
Oh,
and
Really cheap cars.
the really cheap electric vehicles and really luxurious and high tech. And in fact, I was going to mention this to Andrew Gay the other day, that the Nissan's in trouble. The Japanese are in trouble because they are so married to the American market that they have only built gas powered vehicles. So they're behind the electric vehicle. Toyota has been one of the ones who's like, I don't know about this. We're going to stay with our hybrid plan. But the Chinese are coming out with, you know, some great cars, and BYD is the leader in this. They launched an EV charging system, apparently, that says it can work as fast as a fill up, and it says it can do a full charge in 5 minutes, which is a huge potential blow to Tesla. And it is driving the stock market right now. AP reporting this morning that BYD, and again, you cannot buy these cars, I think, very easily in the United States at all. They're pretty much locked out. They've announced an ultra-fast charging system that allows it to fill up vehicles with electricity nearly as fast as at the pumps, if not faster. It depends on the pump. Sometimes you get pumps, man. They take forever.
Yeah.
China's,
But you have to have the infrastructure for
Yeah,
it. Like,
well, they're
we're
gonna-
already struggling to have enough
but see,
chargers to demand.
the Chinese are saying we don't need the United States,
Oh, okay.
and they're just going to go Europe and the rest of them. So what they're going to do is they're going to put Volkswagen out of business. Sorry, Jody. I know you drove a Volkswagen.
Goodness, what am I going to do?
No. Let me see
Just
here.
have a vehicle that is now.
I mean, if you
A
think
collector's item.
what are the two? Think about what are the two largest markets for vehicles in the world? They are China and India, and this is where this is going to go. So Chinese drivers love the EVs, and their vehicles jumped by 40% last year. So this was a big deal, and their vehicles are shockingly luxurious. And I want to say that the new Nissan Armada was the first vehicle I've seen where it kind of tries to match what the Chinese are doing in their sort of SUV market, and what Tesla's doing. But they're so far behind. I don't know if they're going to make it or not. But this is kind of a big story. So because we have this big battery discussion, the Chinese company started out making batteries and has been refining its battery and energy storage technology while building an auto empire that is expanding outside of China. It says this 1 megawatt flash charger can provide up to 400 kilometers, about 250 miles in 5 minutes.
Nice.
So that's the biggest thing for a lot of people. Like, I don't want to sit for an hour and a half. And if you've actually seen when I've been to like Arizona and California where there's a lot of Teslas, man, there's lines of those Tesla charging stations.
Yeah.
Even in Texas, there's wait times. Yeah. The BYD also does a hybrid model too, where you can put gas in the car, but it doesn't it's not an internal combustion engine. It's just a generator that just provides electricity to the vehicle. So it's a very interesting model. But they're big. And what worries me is that they're kind of like saying, well, we don't need you guys. So as we retreat, from innovation, what does this mean for us? And these are things we're gonna have to think about long term. So we're just gonna go. We're just gonna do our thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our thing.
Yeah.
We're just gonna suck up all the gas. By the way, and if you thought that the environment was not a big deal, there's a gigantic sinkhole in West Texas from a collapsed.
Fracking.
No, it wasn't fracking. It was a collapsed wellhead that was abandoned. There's 150,000 abandoned wellheads in Texas, and they don't know how to clean them all up. But we're gonna get rid of the EPA. So there you go. Do you have any trepidations about the economy, Julie Davis? Anything that worries you? Anything that concerns you?
I do.
Eggs?
I mean, I don't go through a lot of eggs, so I haven't worried about the eggs.
You're not. If you don't like eggs, it's okay. You're surviving.
I mean, I like them, but I'm not.
You're not gonna have to buy them
Not
all the
going to
time.
change your
We
life.
have,
Yeah.
we
I
have an
often
uncle.
throw away eggs because we don't go through the whole
Yeah.
dozen, and I know
I
that's
know.
bad.
We have an Uncle Ed that provides our eggs. Yeah, Uncle Ed has chickens. and
Just in
provides our-
general, I mean, for me personally, with where I work, the economy not being so great is impacting a whole entire industry.
Yeah.
More than one industry,
Yeah,
but
it's the
for me,
confidence.
selfishly.
It's
Yeah.
not the actual economy, it's the confidence or lack of
Yeah,
confidence.
I agree with that.
around
Yeah, for sure.
it. That's the most concerning.
Kerrville is a moderate destination for people. So right now, people with moderate incomes are the ones most pinched. They're the ones feeling
Yeah.
all of these pressures from every single point the worst.
Yeah.
So I have some trepidations about
Yep.
it. Yeah, for sure.
And I think you made a good point there, Janelle, about the confidence. People
Yeah.
seem to have a lack of confidence.
Right.
So, although I went
What's
to
there to be confident about?
I
I don't
know.
feel confident. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I mean, it's hard when you have so many different things flying at you from so many different sources now, right? So anything you pick up is telling you something bad. So at some point you're like, I don't know what's good anymore.
I did go to La Cantera last week.
Did you? It's busy.
on a Friday, and it was reasonably busy.
Yeah, we went on Friday.
Yeah, and I noticed there were
Actually,
people,
Friday was kind of quiet.
I guess it would have been quiet, not
Yeah,
thinking
compared
about
to
it.
a weekend.
Yeah, so but it seemed like people were out and about and
Yeah.
buying stuff.
Yeah, I mean, in spring break, traffic has been wild. It's been busy. The interstate, all of it's busy. People are moving and going.
That Porsche
but-
show was gigantic last week.
Yeah,
though. I saw
yeah.
that. Was
I've seen
McElvain down there running around?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I've seen tons of RVs. So, I mean, people are
Yeah.
moving around and doing stuff, but it's just been a major shift.
Any concerns for you, Janelle? Any concerns?
I mean, you want to navigate it correctly.
Yeah.
And there's, we had a very red hot real estate market that I was grateful and blessed for, but I had some average kind of folks that just got kicked to the curb because the pace of the cash buying and all that was just outside their limits. Now there were people who had, home ownership that did quite well because they had home ownership.
Yeah.
And now we don't know about confidence, but we have flexible sellers. We
Right.
have, there's things going on where you can really score if you're out there to do it, but the confidence is a little disillusioning. So, but that's the time when the middle of the pack people can really be
Get in there.
impactful
Yeah.
and make something miraculous happen because everyone's not thinking the same direction.
Right.
If that
yeah,
makes
right,
sense.
right.
And so, and we've got people that are coming and going, and I have a listing coming on where they have some solar panels, they have some electric batteries. They're going to go to Panama and live down there, and it's a nice house to work from home, and there's all these opportunities
Yeah.
coming around. So we, it's always a mixed bag. It's just navigating the terrain of what today is and doing the best job you can with it to,
Yeah.
make it come out to your best advantage, right?
Yep.
What about you, Jody? What are you hearing? What are your trepidations? I guess.
Well, I mean, I think the same. I am riddled with financial insecurity at any given time.
Yeah.
So every single time I do a closing, I'm like, well, there's not another one. I live in fear. That's just the way I operate. But I mean, I agree with Janelle. I think a lot of it is people's confidence, and if it's the right move for you and it makes sense, you should do it. You don't necessarily have to, just because they may say on one of the news stations that the sky's falling. If it's not falling for you, then keep carrying on with your life and doing the things that we do.
Yeah, right.
It's hard in counseling people because it's kind of sort of that sort of a relationship that you have with people. You know, people get blocks in their minds about I'm going to go buy a new car for $20,000 or whatever, you know, and it's not an adequate budget. And then you could do so much better if you wiggle this way. I mean, study your marketplace and get straight and don't blow it. But people put these false, unresearched
Yeah. Yes.
guardrails in their stuff. And as a professional, sometimes you want to go like, this over here doesn't need to be rebuilt from the ground up. It might be a better investment.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but we might have to pinch the budget or wiggle or stretch a little bit to get it done. Or maybe we change down payments. Maybe we do. There's
Yeah.
a lot of different things that you do, but these kinds of uncertainty make people make choices like you were talking about that in hindsight, that wasn't the quality
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, in
Yes.
hindsight, I didn't make a quality move. I'm just going to kill this.
Just
don't do
throw
that.
it against the wall, Janelle.
And uncertainty and chaos, people get shutters on about,
Yeah.
oh no, oh
Yeah.
no, oh no. And if you can break through it and kind of pick out your quality move, a quality move in any environment
Yeah.
usually nets benefits on the back.
Right.
Even in unpredictability. Or,
You know what's crazy is that I always think to myself like I'm gonna have to buy something, right? I gotta buy some. I like to like I want to buy this, you know. But the reality is like I need to actually buy something that helps the business. So
Sure.
that defines my spending, you know.
assets,
What-
income producing assets.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
income-
You know,
yeah,
that's part of
Yes.
scene.
Back
ahead.
talking to Janelle and my original relationship when she was our realtor, the house we bought,
Mm-hmm.
I would call it a doghouse. Like it was rough whenever we first bought it, but it was
beautiful,
like what we could afford at the time, and the market Kerrville was starting to really like the prices were we were things were bottomed out, but it was still Kerrville's still a pretty expensive place, and we were at a different financial status at that time too. But we bought it and we held on, and and now we've completely gutted it and remodeled it,
Yeah,
and
right.
it looks like a whole different house. So we have such this like I call it a Temu mentality because you can get anything you want from Temu for like $5 and you can get it in a couple days. We have this instant gratification thing, and I think that just like you were saying, like you may not get exactly what you want at the moment, but if you make a smart decision and hold on to it and do all the things, then it's going to pay off.
I've never bought anything from Temu. Is it disturbing? Should I be disturbed by Temu?
I think sometimes you can buy teeth on Temu.
Really?
Yeah.
But she
I haven't
picked a
bought
house in
anything
a
off
nice
of it.
residential area. We
Yeah.
didn't go, let's buy the house under the interstate because it'll be $5,000 less.
right,
Or,
yeah.
the
But
Or
She got
buy it in
the
Comanche
quality.
Trace because that's what we
your
want.
neighborhood though is nice. It's a nice
Yeah,
neighborhood.
it's a decent little kind of working class neighborhood.
Yeah.
but it's close to the university, so
It
you've
is.
got
Right.
Yeah.
stroke there all day long.
Yeah, and I've got the best neighbors you could ever ask for. So
Right.
for us it was the best move that we made.
Your Christmas light game was strong this year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and she had vision for it.
Yeah, she had vision,
and,
right.
if
I
they
know.
had skills, then it was a good fit for them.
I don't know
It's
if we
not
got
gonna be a-
skills, but we know people.
Well,
They'll be-
we know people.
Yeah.
There are people that insert themselves into like, I have no skills, I have no experience, and I want to get a total fixer.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
that
Doesn't- yeah.
gives me anxiety,
Right.
Because I'm not sure.
Do you know what you're getting
Do
into?
you have relatives that have
Yeah. Yeah.
skills or know
Yeah,
people?
yeah.
Or, and like everybody's situation's a little different, but if you can keep your eye on the ball or be counseled by people that are trying to put you in quality
Yes.
stuff. It's the same way with the loans back when, you can save 1% if you get some super adjustable thing that's going to go crazy on you. And,
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe
not,
maybe
right.
we go a little higher and we stay steady.
Yeah.
That's the...
Things, by the way, you did not know you needed category before we finish the show here. Young Guns movie. Remember that movie? You guys remember the movie? With Emilio Estevez. Charlie Sheen was in it too and he got killed early on. Lou Diamond Phillips, Kiefer Sutherland, and Christian Slater.
Yeah.
They're going to make Young Guns 3.
Oh, I don't know if I like that move.
I mean,
Might be a little traumatizing.
Emilio Estevez is 62 years old.
Yeah.
So they're going to get a new crop or they're bringing those
no,
back?
Is
they're
it going to be old
It's
guns?
going to be old guns.
Old guns.
Yeah,
Old guns.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
No
60,
guns.
62.
Artifacts.
Yeah, there you go. Young Guns 3 is gonna be
Antique guns.
filming in New Mexico as we speak.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Is it the same cast?
I don't. I thought they all got.
We're
I
gonna have
thought-
to Google this,
I thought
Julie
they-
Davis.
We're
Well,
gonna
they
have to do some
they
research.
they played
Yeah.
on the idea that he lived, he survived, that he that Billy the Kid,
Yeah,
lived on
is
to old.
alive.
There's another movie about that too out there as well.
I saw a documentary not too long ago. I can't remember the name of it that Emilio Estevez is in briefly, and he will not look the same.
He will not look the same.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that
No,
out there.
no.
Fun fact:
Yeah.
Billy the Kid is buried in my hometown.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, that's one of the places he's supposedly buried. I think there's a place in New Mexico that also claims that
Yes.
name.
There
but
is a place in New
Hamilton,
Mexico.
Texas,
Hamilton, Texas.
also claims
Claims
that.
that he's buried there too, huh?
Huh?
He's kind of
Yeah, he's
you know,
buried
when,
everywhere.
When you see pictures of Billy the Kid and there's like the one image of him, and you're like, he's kind of a greasy punk,
Bad guy.
He was he was a thug of the
Yeah,
time.
I know.
Yeah.
It's funny how they glamorize
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Well, that's
Uh,
interesting.
yeah, it is interesting. All right, what'd you learn today? Julie Davis, go first.
I learned. I don't know. I learned a lot about real estate and mortgages, but I'm not sure if I could.
This is why we have them on the show. This is why we have the JP
Interim
Properties.
financing. Had never
JP
heard of that.
Properties. Yeah, interim
There you
financing.
go. I learned about that.
Okay.
Interim financing
All right.
is a good thing.
What did you learn today?
I
Janelle
learned
Pro?
that there's open spaces in the Glory Garden for people to
Oh, yeah.
go.
See?
I learned
to
that too.
go,
Yeah.
like
Cute.
do
I think
things
I learned
because
some
I
stuff.
didn't. The idea that there would be any openings didn't
Yeah,
even occur
it's
to
a
me.
new idea.
New idea.
Thanks for replugging the garden.
What did you learn today, Julie Tillman? What did you learn? What did you learn?
I learned a lot of stuff. Anytime we talk about real estate with a great real estate person, I learn a lot. So just
Isn't it
talking
amazing,
about
though?
the market stuff.
Because you guys have to have continuing education all the time.
Oh.
There's always something going
Yeah,
on.
required and just so that you can
Just to
stay
keep up.
relevant. Yeah,
Sure.
for sure.
All right. Tomorrow, I think we have Libby Horton coming on the show from Arcadia Live.
All right.
Nice.
I don't know who else. I think the Guadalupe River Center people are coming on tomorrow. I can't.
Okay.
They're threatening. They're threatening to come on tomorrow. So we'll
Rough
see how
bunch
they.
over there.
They are rough.
Yeah,
Allison
the Rotary main
Boucher.
event a week from Saturday.
Yeah, that's
you might
right.
Have someone come through.
The
and talk
Rotary
about
main
that.
event 5 years ago was the last event in Kerrville for a while. That was the last event we had before. It was something else. It was before the Super Bowl.
Now it's March 29th at Comanche Trace.
Yeah.
They're going to have all kinds of casino type things going on.
The
but
main event.
we try to do the main event. That's how we do our scholarships
Yes.
and all our stuff around town. So
Yes.
I'm just throwing things on the
That's a good
ground.
Rotary
their
Club.
hands.
That's a Rotary Club. That's a good Rotary
Main
Club you
event.
guys have
Yeah,
over there.
29th. Comanche
So,
Trace.
all right.
Nice.
Good job, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you guys
Bye.
again tomorrow. Have a great day.